Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. So as you could tell by the title of this video, I'm going to be starting a new series on my channel and I'm super excited and I hope you guys are excited with me, but I'm going to be starting this decluttering series. Recently I've been stuck in like this makeup rut of like what to do, what type of makeup, which products I want to use in the morning when I'm going to work, when I used to go to school, and just all that stuff, even like on my days off. I've been so bad lately, I don't even want to put makeup on my days off, and that's so not like me. And I started to think about it, and I'm thinking that I just have way too much makeup, and I know I'm going to regret saying that, but I literally have so much makeup from used to working at Sephora and stuff like that. So I figured that I would start this decluttering series, and if you guys want to see me declutter my foundation, then please keep watching. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started because I have serious amount of foundation in front of me. I'm going to see if after this I can show you guys a little overview of how many foundations I seriously have. But how this decluttering works is I'm going to go through all my foundations, drugstore and high-end, and I'm going to go ahead and tell you guys which ones I'm going to keep and a little bit as to why I'm going to keep them, and then also the ones that I'm going to get rid of and why I'm getting rid of them. And I'm also not just going to be throwing them away unless they're old and there's nothing else left in them. I'll probably donate them or give them to my family and friends and stuff like that, so don't think that this makeup's just going to waste. But without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into this. I'm super excited. So let's go ahead and start with the drugstore I can't even talk, I'm so excited to film this. Drugstore side first. So let's start off with this Milani. This is their Conceal and Perfect 2-in-1 foundation and a concealer, which is really cool. As for the drugstore, I can't remember how much this is, but it's pretty good in pricing. I would say that this does do somewhat what it's supposed to do, which is like more of a medium to full coverage, lightweight, oil-free, and stuff like that. So I will probably be keeping this. I know that I will need to get a darker shade because, as you guys can tell, I'm super tan, and I forgot to mention in the intro, I did dye my hair and I lightened it up, and yeah, I've been loving my hair and summertime being tan, but I will definitely have to get a darker shade because this is in creamy vanilla and this is way too light. So Milani Conceal and Perfect is going to go ahead and go in the keep pile. I'm going to try my best not to keep all of these either because I know that I really need to get rid of foundation. So let's go ahead and move on to the next one. This is the CoverGirl Healthy Elixir Foundation, and honestly, I was super excited about this when it first came out because it seems like super dewy and super hydrated and everything like that, but once I started getting to like the middle of the end of the bottle, it just wasn't giving me enough coverage, and so I'm gonna almost be throwing this one away because, as you guys can tell, there's like no more product left in it, so I don't want to give this away to somebody. So this is just gonna go in the trash pile. Next one we're gonna go with, let's see, let's do like an e.l.f. foundation. So I actually keep some of the packaging to some of my foundations, and this is the e.l.f. Flawless Finish Foundation. It's super cute. I do remember the price of this one. This one was $6. This is actually really good for only $6, and it comes with a little pump, which to me is amazing for being $6, super cheap. I think I got this at Target, and this is more of a medium to full coverage, so I would say if you guys are looking for medium to full coverage, pick up the e.l.f. Flawless Finish Foundation. So this is going to stay in the keep pile for drugstore side. Next, I'm going to have to depart with this foundation. This is the number 7 Stay Perfect foundation. I got mine in the shade Warm Ivory, and this actually has already expired. So look at that, I'm going to have to throw it away. There is a little bit of product still left in here, but again, this is going in the trash because makeup does expire. I don't know if you guys know this, but foundation expires, like, I think it's every 8 to 12 months. So make sure you're checking on all your products and expiration dates so you don't break out or have like a weird reaction. But let's go ahead and jump into the next foundation. This is the Maybelline Fit Me. I actually have a lot of these in different shades, so I'm just going to pull all of them out. I think I got all of them. But I have the Dewy and Smooth, which is supposed to be good for normal to dry skin. And then I also have the Maybelline Matte and Poreless, which is for normal to oily skin, because I have very combination skin, so sometimes I would mix these. And I have them in all different shades, just depending on what skin tone I am. I will say these actually didn't do it for me. A lot of YouTubers, like the Matte and Poreless is their like go-to drugstore, and I honestly am not the biggest fan of this. It really sucks because it's pretty affordable. It's like $9 or $10, maybe even less than that, but these are all actually just gonna go. I'm pretty sure they're expired. I might actually keep this Dewy and Smooth one in Sandy Beige 210 just to kind of keep for a drugstore option. So I'm gonna keep that one and put that in the keep pile, and honestly the rest of these I'm just gonna either throw out or give away, so I'm gonna go ahead and just put those aside. Gosh, I just love decluttering and getting rid of a bunch of stuff. So next, let's move on to this foundation. This is the Wet n Wild Photo Focus. Again, I have a couple different shades in these just because of how light I was during the winter, and then also how tan I've been getting during the summertime. So I have the shades Soft Ivory, Soft Beige, and Porcelain. So obviously I'm not Soft Ivory or Porcelain right now. So these two, they're a little bit like almost halfway done, I think, but this honestly smells like paint. I don't know if you guys smell this. It's like $5, so I would say that this is more for like oily maybe combination skin, but I have pretty dry skin right now during the summertime, so I don't see myself using this at all. I've kept trying it and seeing if it'll work for me, but it just doesn't work. So I'm gonna go ahead and actually just toss these off to the side here as a no thank you pile. I'm going to see if like my family or friends want that. The next foundation, I think I'm just going to stick in the drugstore theme right now, and then we'll move on to high end. But this is the CoverGirl Outlast Stay All Day Fabulous 3-in-1. This is in the shade 825 Buff Beige. This one again just wasn't cutting it for me. I think I'm just going to either toss this one or pass it on to a friend, and this just didn't do it for me. So let's go ahead and move on. I don't want this video to be overly long, and if it is, grab a snack and kind of just hang out with me. But yeah, so let's go ahead and move on to the next one. Let's jump into L'Oreal now. So L'Oreal has this Infallible Total Cover foundation. This is supposed to be extremely full coverage. I think I might have gotten it in the wrong shade in the past, but to me it almost comes out moussey. I don't want to like make a mess right now, but this is kind of more of like a moussey foundation, or I like really liquid based foundations, so I think I'm gonna have to pass on this. I have had it for a little while, so this is gonna go in the see you later pile. Now we're going to go on to the LA Girl. This is their Pro BB Cream. I know that I can toss this because I have had this for a little while now. It was pretty good coverage, more sheer light. You could even build it up to medium coverage. And this is in the shade Neutral that I got. So it was like a decent shade, but this is just going to be tossed or given away once I decide what to do with it. So that one's a pass for me to keep. Also, I guess I forgot to mention this Healthy Elixir that we mentioned earlier, but I also got it in the shade 705. So again, this is going to be a hard pass. Oh my gosh, I only have 3 foundations that I'm keeping right now, and that's pretty good, because if you guys could have seen this table when I first started, I'm getting rid of and tossing so many foundations. It just feels amazing. So let's move on to this. This is the Maybelline Super Stay Better Skin Foundation. I know you guys have seen this at the drugstore. It's supposed to claim, again, that it's better than skin, which is amazing, and that's why I jumped on this bandwagon, because I was like, oh my gosh, if I could wear makeup and it looks like my skin, who wouldn't want to wear this? And it's super affordable because it's Maybelline. But honestly, I put it on my skin. I've tried this a couple times. I've really tried to see if this will work for me, and it just doesn't cut it. It's just not enough coverage, and I feel like I'm either at this point in my life where I want to wear no makeup at all or just spot conceal, or I'm like full coverage or more medium to full coverage. So to me, this is very light to medium, but if you guys like that, go ahead and try it out. But I'm going to go ahead and just pass this on to somebody else that will make more use out of it. Next is this Maybelline Dream Mousse Foundation. Now, I haven't given this one a completely fair shot, but honestly, again, it's a more moussey consistency, and I have a feeling my grandma or somebody else would like this consistency a little bit more. It is more of a medium to full coverage, and I got the shade 40 Nude, but at the time that I bought this, it was way too dark for me, so maybe I'll have to give it one more try before I pass it on, but I just really don't think that this is the foundation for me, so that's getting passed on. The next foundation is the Maybelline 24 Hour Foundation. Now, as you can tell, this shade is so pale compared to my body right now. So I absolutely love this foundation for drugstore. I'm definitely keeping this one because I have some foundation drop mixers where I can make this foundation darker, which is great, and I'll mention those in just a moment. But I'm going to be keeping this. I currently have it in the shade 110 Porcelain, and that's when I was super fair, so I definitely need an upgrade to a deeper shade. But if you guys haven't tried it, please pick this up at any local drugstore. Now, let's move on to one of the newest foundations that I believe I have in my collection that has come out. This is the CoverGirl True Blend Matte Made foundation, and it's a comfort matte. Now, like I've said before, I do have really dry skin, so I was kind of iffy about this because I normally like super dewy, hydrating, and full coverage foundations, which you normally can't really find a lot of. But this actually did pretty decent for me. Again, this is still pretty new to my realm of foundations. So I got mine in the shade L50, and I love this because CoverGirl just came out with this specific foundation maybe a month ago now, and they have, I think it's close to like 30 or 40 shades, which is incredible for drugstore. So if you guys want a matte foundation or have oily skin, definitely check this out and let me know if you guys like it. But this is going in the keep pile, and I'm super excited to keep using that. So let's go ahead and move on to more of a stick foundation. Again, I'm normally not too much of a fan of stick foundations. You guys will notice a lot of these products are liquid, and that's just what I really like. So I got the NYX stick foundation in the shade light medium, and for a while, sorry, that was my grandma's phone and it scared me so badly, but I've had this for a little while, so this is just gonna go in the trash. It was probably like maybe $12, and I'm like almost done with it, so I'm just gonna trash it. I don't want to give that to anybody. Now, this is the Almay Clear Complexion 4-in-1 Blemish Eraser, and I got mine in the shade, what is this, 200 Buff. Now, this is when my skin was breaking out so bad. I recently have gone to the dermatologist, and they're kind of keeping my skin in check with me, so it's not breaking out as bad to where I needed this. But supposedly this has salicylic acid in it, which is supposed to help treat blemishes. So if you guys have really bad acne or just kind of need a solution with makeup and blemish products in one, definitely try this Almay Clear Complexion 4-in-1. It did work really well for me, and I didn't notice that it broke me out. But I will be giving this one away because I just don't need it anymore, and the shade is way too light for me. Let's move on to more of like another CC cream. This is called Feminine Couture Get Corrected CC Cream. Again, I've had this product for a really long time. I really do like BB creams and CC creams, but this one is just going to toss in the trash because I am pretty dang sure that it's expired. And yeah, so that's just going to go away. Let's move on to e.l.f. again, and this is, I believe, their acne fighting, it doesn't even say it on here, but I think that this is their acne fighting foundation. This, again, worked really well for me, but it's kind of a thicker consistency and more of a mousse. So this is probably just going to get donated or tossed, so I'm not going to spend too much time talking about that since it's not the one that I like. So let's go ahead and move on. The next one that I actually tried out today, it's not on my skin right now because I did come home from work and completely redo my makeup, so that's why it looks this good. But anyways, I tried this out today at work, and I was really excited about it because Casey Holmes, who is a YouTuber on here, raved and raved and raved about this foundation, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. But again, this is the LA Girl Pro Matte Foundation, and I got mine in the shade beige, and the color is perfect. Like, don't get me wrong, the color range is not great, but I actually found a shade with my tan. But it just, honestly, it started caking up within maybe like, I don't know, 6 hours of me wearing it. And of course, some people don't wear their foundation for that long, but because I have dry skin and this is a serious matte foundation, which is geared more towards oily skin, it just was not working with some of my dry patches. So I just needed to hardcore pass on this. I might try to mix this with like a moisturizer or something and make it a little bit more of like a tinted balm. But if that doesn't work, I'm just going to go ahead and give it away or donate it. Now, for another product that I just recently picked up and I used on my vacation when I went to Palm Springs like a week and a half ago, this is the Wet n Wild Mega Cushion Foundation, and what's so great about this is it actually has SPF 15 in it. I know, right? Some people don't want SPF in their products because it causes flashback and stuff like that. But honestly, when I'm out tanning in the sun and I just want a little bit of like a BB cream or like a cushion foundation, I really found that this one was great. It didn't make me break out, and I actually got mine in the shade Cream Ivory, and this is right before I got tan. So this shade was perfect for me, but I'm sure if I put it on right now, it would probably be a little bit too light. But I remember this being probably like between $5 and $8, so super affordable if you guys are in the realm of looking for a cushion foundation that's super cheap. Try to pick this one up, and I will be keeping this one. Now, I'm going to talk about my favorite foundation because I'm sure that's what you all have been waiting for, because I haven't said that any of these are my favorite, and that's why I'm keeping them. And the foundation that I have on my face today, which is, dun dun dun, this is the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Glow Foundation. You guys, this foundation, if you do not have it in your life, what are you doing? please run to the drugstore, Bed and Bath, CVS, Target, Walgreens, Walmart, go and get this foundation, okay? Just, if you do anything by watching this video, go and try this foundation. It is flippin' amazing, and that's what I have on my skin right now. If I could wear this foundation every day, I would, but I like to test out products, so I don't wear it every single day, but every time I wear it, it just reminds me how much I love it, and I just can't say enough good things about it. This also says that it has SPF 15 in it. It's a radiant finish, normal to dry for hydrating the skin, and oh my gosh, I just can't rave about this any longer. I currently use the shade on my skin 203 Nude Beige, and when I am a little bit lighter and less tan, I use the shade 202 Creamy Natural, not neutral. I can't see. But yes, please go and pick up this foundation. It is amazing, and I am definitely keeping it in my collection. I actually just ran out of one of the shades, so this is empty, and this one's completely full, and I love the sound of full foundation. I know, I'm crazy, but you know. Now, sticking in that same infallible realm of foundations, this is the L'Oreal Pro Matte, and this is almost empty. So in the beginning, when I did have more combination to oily skin right before summer, this was a pretty decent foundation for me. But now that my skin is super dry, I had to move on to L'Oreal Pro Glow, and I am never going back to this one after trying the Pro Glow. So if you guys have more oily skin or more combination but more so oily, definitely try out the Pro Matte. But if you have more normal to dry skin, definitely try out the Pro Glow. But this one I'm just going to toss in the trash because it's literally pretty much done and there's nothing else left in it. Now, it probably seems like I've been talking for a really long time and I'm out of breath, but we're almost done here. I promise I'm going to try to get through these as fast as I possibly can. So this is the e.l.f. BB Cream in the shade Fair. I really do like this one. I'm keeping this one. If you guys need a cheap BB cream, go get this at your local Target. That's where I got mine. I think it was between maybe $6 and $9, which is overly affordable. Keeping this one. Now, to talk about the Flower Beauty Light Illusion Foundation, I love this. It's really great for combination, normal, dry. Drew Barrymore did a really good job with this line to where this could really go with anybody's skin type, which I love. I got mine in the shade Ivory L2. I could probably bump it up to like an L3 or an L4 with how tan I am, but I haven't been using this foundation as of lately because of the L'Oreal Pro Glow. But if you guys don't have this, you can find it at Walmart. I don't think that they're selling it at Target yet, but Walmart is definitely the place to find this brand. Now, another foundation that I will be departing with, oh, I don't know if I said, but I am keeping the Flower Beauty with my drugstore. But the Sonia Keshik, I know that they redid their whole line at Target, and this is their Soft Focus Satin Matte Foundation, and this is in the shade 03, but I don't even think they're selling foundations anymore. So this I'm just going to toss because it is super old. I also didn't even like the formula and consistency of this, so this is just trash. Now we're going to be moving into the high end, and I don't know if you guys noticed, but my type of atmosphere here is more like drugstore friendly, more affordable prices when it comes to makeup when I make videos, but on occasion I do have higher end foundations, and I have received these a lot from when I worked at Sephora, which I'm super appreciative about, but I'm just not really a high-end type of person. So this is the Too Faced Born This Way foundation. This is in more medium to full coverage, and I really want to like this one, but for some reason it's just not doing it for me. So I'm gonna have either my mom try it out or maybe even my sister or like friends, and if they like it they can have it, but this is not cutting it for me. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this in the pass pile. Now, this is the Becca Ultimate Coverage Complexion. I know that they have a new bottle now at Sephora, so it doesn't look like this anymore. And I have mine in the shade Cashmere. Now, this is a super thick foundation, let me tell you. If you want full coverage and you have hyperpigmentation and you need to cover acne scars, this is literally your best friend. But if you have dry skin, you might need to mix a little bit of moisturizer into this. So again, I'm going to pass on this. It was way too full of coverage, and I'll probably just give it away to somebody that actually wants it. Now we're going to go into the Sephora. This is their 10-Hour Wear Perfect Foundation. And I get mine in the shade Light. I haven't used this recently again because I am so tan and this shade just doesn't match me. But this is really good. It's $20. So this is actually one of the most affordable products at Sephora because this is from their Sephora collection line. It does what it's supposed to do for a foundation, but I honestly love the L'Oreal Pro Glow so much more than this one. And this is $20, and I think this might be like $12.99 or something. So again, purchase the L'Oreal Pro Glow. But this is going to be a pass for me. I know my mom really likes this foundation, so I'm going to go ahead and pass it on to my mama. Now, Dior. And I know right when I say that name, Dior, everybody's going to be like, oh my gosh, Dior is expensive, and trust me, I know. So this is the Hydro Life BB cream. Now this is very light coverage. It is like sheer to light coverage, and this is a hardcore pass. I didn't really like this. Again, it started to cake up and do weird things on my face. So BB cream from Dior, pass. I'm either gonna throw it away or I'm just gonna give it to somebody. So we will see, possibly donate, you know. Now we're gonna move on to Givenchy, and I know what you're thinking. Oh my gosh, another expensive brand. And trust me, I did not buy most of this stuff that's high-end. It was basically given to me some from Sephora to try out, which again I'm very appreciative of. But this is the Photo Perfection Fluid Foundation, and it does have sunscreen in it. And I can't remember what shade I got this in. Oh, shade 5. And now this is pretty good, but I think I'm going to pass it on to one of my friends who I did makeup for, and she really loved this because this is just not my style, and this is way too expensive. Because if I fall in love with a very expensive foundation, my bank account's going to go to zero. So let's go ahead and move on. This is the Smashbox Studio Skin 15-Hour Wear. As you guys can tell, I'm seriously out of breath, and I didn't realize how many foundations that I had, but holy crap, I have a lot of foundations, and I'm so excited that I'm getting rid of literally half of them, which makes joy in my heart because now I need to go shopping for more foundations and to test out. So if you guys have any suggestions for more foundations that I should try that are new, mainly drugstore. I like to try high-end stuff too, but half the time I don't like it. But anyways, let's go on to what I was saying. This is the Smashbox Studio Skin 15-Hour Wear Hydrating Foundation. I just recently tried this, have fallen in love with it, so I will be keeping it. I have mine in the shade 2.1, and it finally matches me because I finally have a tan, which is great. So I will be keeping this for the drugstore side, and that's actually the first one I'm keeping from the drugstore. So, I mean drugstore, from the high-end side, which is great. So this is the Bare Minerals Bare Pro Foundation. I have mine in the shade Natural 11. Now this one I loved, and then I didn't like, and then I loved, and I still can't really decide. So this is going to go in the maybe pile. I have to kind of play around with this foundation a little bit more. I have heard really good things about it. It's gotten really good reviews on Sephora, and I used to sell this at Sephora all the time, and it looked great on clients. So if you guys are in the need for a new drugstore foundation, but you want it to look more of a natural finish, definitely try this one from Bare Minerals. We're almost done, I promise. I know that this is a super long video, but I have a crap ton of foundation to talk about. So I have about, I don't know, like 5 more products to talk about. Let's see how fast I can talk about these while still making sense. So this, as you guys can tell already by the packaging, is the Hourglass Stick Foundation. Now a lot of people when this first came out were like, oh my gosh, Hourglass came out with the stick foundation. Oh my gosh, I have to try it. And honestly, I am not the biggest fan, but I am going to put this in the maybe pile because I need to try it out just a little bit more to make sure that I don't like it as much as I think that I don't like it. But I'm just not a fan of stick foundations. Are you guys a fan of stick foundations? Leave a comment down below in this video and let me know if you like stick foundations or if you like liquid, because I'm really curious as to how many people like liquid versus sticks and which ones that you like, because I'd love to try some new ones. So this one again is going to go in the maybe pile. Now, let's move on to another stick foundation. This is the NARS Stick Foundation, and as you can tell, I've literally haven't used it, so I really don't have an opinion on this, but a lot of people have not liked it. It's a velvet matte, and as you guys know, I've been telling you guys I have really dry skin, so I'm going to have to test this out. This is going in the keep pile for now, but that's only because I haven't tried it, so I'm going to go ahead and put that in the high-end pile. Now, this is the Milk Makeup Blur Liquid Matte Foundation. Again, this is very matte, and my skin cannot handle matte foundations, okay? Like, it doesn't like it. It just sucks the life out of my skin, and I'm not okay with that. I like dewy and hydrating. So, I got mine in the shade, or Sephora gave me it in the shade Honey. I might try to use this with maybe, like, I don't know, a really hydrating primer. But again, this was just too matte, so I might just give this away, see if somebody wants it. So this is going to go in the pass pile. Now, this is the Tarte Amazonian Clay Full Coverage Foundation. This also has an SPF of 15. They gave me the shade Light Medium Neutral. It's supposed to be oil-free. Again, I would honestly say that this Becca Ultimate Coverage Foundation is seriously comparable to the Tarte Amazonian Clay. So clearly I have been talking way too much and my camera decided to shut off. So let's go ahead and just finish off these next couple foundations and then we'll conclude the video. But like I was saying before I got cut off, is that the Tarte Amazonian Clay Foundation is very comparable to that Becca Ultimate Coverage that I showed you guys earlier. And if you guys had to pick between the two, I would honestly maybe say go with the Tarte one. But this is still going to be a pass for me. It's way too full coverage, way too matte, and just not my cup of tea. So the next one is the Too Faced Peach Perfect Comfort Matte Foundation. Now again, I haven't tried this one enough to know if I actually like it. I got it in the shade Nude. It's supposed to be oil-free, 14-hour wear, pretty good. Every time I used to swatch this on clients at Sephora, they fell in love with it because it's just more of that natural matte. It doesn't suck the life out of you like the Becca and the Tarte, but this just gives like that very smooth looking finish. So if you guys are in the type of area to where you're looking for a brand new foundation for matte, I'm literally losing my train of thought. If you're looking for a matte foundation from high-end Sephora, go pick this one up. It is the Too Faced Peach Perfect, and you'll probably love it too. But I'm going to keep this in the keep pile for high-end. Now, last but not least, I am mentioning this. These are not actual foundations, but they are from NYX, and this is their Pro Foundation Mixers. And oh my gosh, you guys seriously need these in your life. This is the white, and this is in the shade Olive. And what this does is the white one, let's say that you have a foundation that's too dark for you, you mix just the tiniest drop of this in your foundation, and it turns it an even lighter color. And you can put as much of this as you need until it gets as light as you need it to be. And again, the same thing with this one. They also have, I think, 2 other shades to make either your skin tone a little bit more red for the foundation, and then there's another one, but I can't remember the shade. But this Olive one has really been helping me out lately because of all of those lighter foundations that I have, but I really want to keep my tan and not look like a white ghost. So this is great for making your foundation deeper and darker for when you have a tan. So I would definitely say if you guys need some stuff to kind of help you out in between your stages of foundation skin tone during the summer and the winter, definitely pick these up because I think they were only like maybe between $10 and $12 each, maybe even cheaper than that. I'll have to check on that for you. So just a brief overview so you guys can tell what I had in the beginning versus what I'm going to be donating or getting rid of, or also what I'm going to be keeping. So altogether, these were all my foundations, which I counted are 47, which to me is literally insane. But this is the side that I'm keeping right here. So I'm only keeping 16 foundations, which to me is still a lot, but some of them are high-end and then the others are drugstore. And then I'm getting rid of about 31, which to me is pretty insane. So I feel like this declutter was a serious success, if you ask me. If you guys have any questions about these foundations, please let me know. All right, you guys, I am out of breath at this point. I am getting rid of so many foundations. It's literally insane, but I'm so happy to kind of just do this decluttering, and I want to, again, like I said in the beginning, start this series of decluttering. So next, I haven't decided if I'm going to do primers or concealers or eyeshadows or eyeliners. Let me know. Leave a comment down below and let me know what type of video you guys want to see next when it comes to the decluttering series, and I'll go ahead and try my best to do the one that you guys want. Also, if you enjoyed watching, please give this video a big thumbs up since it does help out my channel a lot, and also give this video a thumbs up if you like my new hair color and my new backdrop because I'm seriously digging it. And other than that, also, if you guys haven't already, please hit the big red subscribe button down at the bottom there. And also hit that little notification bell off to the side because that'll notify you every time I upload a video, and who would want to miss one of my videos, right? YouTube's being a little weird lately, so sometimes people that are subscribed don't get the notifications, so just make sure you hit that little bell and it'll notify you every time. But other than that, I can't wait to see you guys in my next video, and I hope you guys are having a great day. I love you all. Bye!